I think a lot of people struggle with the so-called 2-week Minecraft phase because Minecraft is, by nature, pointless. There are no quests, no characters to talk to, no storylines to follow. Once the optional dragon boss is killed, the world can quickly start to feel empty. Sure, you could grab a pair of wings, but what for? The metaphorical and literal dragon has been slain. Elytra don't unlock some new boss, or allow access to new sections of the world. You could grind for netherite and max gear, but why? The vast majority of mobs you'll encounter are pushovers anyway, so really the main thing that's left is just building for the sake of building, which if you're anything like me is not exactly your strong suit. So you gradually burn out and quit playing for a while. After all, what's the point? In this episode of my 600-day-old Forever World, I'm going to give my perspective in answering that very question, along with showing you the projects and concepts that have kept me actively playing in this world over the past few months. Most of the footage in this video was taken from a recent live stream, which is something I'm trying to get back into. Stop in and say hi if you happen to catch me live. Without further ado, let's get into the video. We're gonna read the comment of the day from episode 18, from, I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name. Yeah. Uvux. Says, great video. Appreciate it. Nice and simple. Short, sweet, to the point. It's perfect. But anyway, we're just going to have some fun today. I've got some adventuring things to do. I want to show y'all real quickly around the base, because a lot has changed since last episode. This is a different Happy Ghast, I believe. My old one had an accident. So then, his name's Bear. I had Barry and Barry, one spelled with an E, one spelled with an A. They were great, they were wonderful, they were twins. One died by a tree. So, I found a new one, and his name is Bear, and I also found 4 other dry ghasts, so when this one inevitably dies, because I'm a terrible pet owner, we'll be ready. So, let me show you around, let me show you some of the things that have changed since last time.
Last time, on Roots.
There's this whole, if you haven't watched my channel for very long, you might not understand this. There's a whole running joke about, it's not really a joke, it's personal. I don't kill chickens. I'm Nerdy Birdie, I don't kill birds, alright? So the problem with that is I can't get feathers. And if I can't get feathers, I can't write books. So, I found a workaround. There is this mechanic of cats being able to give you gifts. If a cat comes and sleeps on your Minecraft bed while you're sleeping, it has a chance to give you a gift. Now, one of the things it can give you is feathers. Some of these appear to be sitting. It might be broken. I'm going to work on it later more. But this does work. You put standing cats in boats within a certain radius of your bed, and they all have a chance to give you a gift. Which is how I've gotten all of this. I now have 20 feathers. Because these cats apparently go hunting at night. I don't know how they do that because they're all in boats. So no chickens were really harmed. I think they just kind of spawn these things in. I don't know if they're in creative mode or what. One of my favorite ways to enjoy this world is by not copying designs. I've forced myself to figure things out through my own experimentation and research into how game mechanics work together. This mushroom is designed as an auto sorter and is the first time I've really messed around with copper golems. I plan to make several of these to store a variety of different items. We've got a whole mechanism, so let me show you. We've got an item dispenser down here. So right now, just put items into this barrel. This will be changed in the future. The barrel takes things down into this dispenser. When the comparator notices that things are in the dropper, it sends a redstone signal and loops it, repeats it, through this observer here, and it basically just makes this dropper activate until it is empty. The dropper sends things into this water stream, which bubbles all the way up here and is deposited into the copper chest. Once things hit the copper chest, these copper golems start taking things and trying to put them into these 10 chests. The reason there aren't 10 regular chests around here is because copper golems can only remember 10 chests. Once they get to 11, they start forgetting chests that they've been to, and they keep revisiting chests over and over again, which makes it very inefficient. So there are 10 chests here, and this is for storing all of my wood items. That's been super fun to figure out, again, because it's been my own thing that I've had to design. I'm actually working on a second one right now, which is part of the reason that we're going out to adventure today. We've got our wool farm. This is from previous episodes. I've actually expanded on it a little bit. You are asking for trouble being here, sir. Don't look at me like that. Don't wiggle like that. You're in the shearing facility right now. It's currently empty. I've got nothing set up in here. I'm gonna need a lot of wood for chests. I'm gonna need a lot of hoppers, which is again one of the reasons that we're going on the adventure for today. You can see I've got a bunch of different wool colors decorating this mushroom because it's going to be the color chest. We will have wool colors in there. We will have concretes, beds, all the things that you can color will belong in there. Now you might have noticed, the very astute among you may have noticed this particular creature. V Element 6. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Welcome to the stream. What do you plan to do with all the wool? Wool is a great building block. So it running passively in the background, especially as I'm kind of getting started with gear and everything. Again, this world is over 600 days old, Minecraft days. Half my gear isn't even enchanted. We're not even close to going to the end. We are taking things super, super slow. So, while I'm doing all these projects around my base, I want to have this wool farm running, so I'm getting tons of colored blocks that I can use for different projects. This guy is the start of something really cool. Anyway, we've got some work to do on this path, but this leads down to you guessed it, a skeleton farm. But there's more to this guy than just being a decoration for the farm. Does a skelly have a name? No. Does he need a name? He's got a title. He's got a species. We'll talk about that in a second. But I want to show you the... Does he need a name? If you guys give me a good name, I'll put a hidden sign or something on him with a name. Down here, this looks so simple. Listen, I'm a terrible builder. I'm really proud of this. We've got a destroyed place here with gaps in the ceiling. You can see the backbone of this giant scaly man ascending up towards his torso. I built this auto switcher. Again, I had to research this. I had to figure out how to do this with redstone. Now I kind of understand it, which is so cool, rather than copying a build. And I have been able to make a switcher here. So it's kind of hard to see. But right now we've got a regular block there. You can see the skeletons are not dying. So if I wanted to, I could come up and kill them. If I want to switch it to auto kill, I simply do that. The block comes over and it's now a magma block. The drops are put into a hopper system. This took so long. You don't understand. If you use tutorials, if you copy through like Matica or you watch a YouTube tutorial or you know look up a designer or whatever, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you use tutorials for everything, you're not understanding what you're doing. It's kind of like AI, right? That's a whole debate. I'm not going to open that can of worms too much. But if you have AI do everything for you, then you're not going to figure out how to do it yourself. If you look up tutorials and you just copy designs all the time, you're not going to understand how to do these things for yourself. I had to figure out how to make this block switcher. I had to figure out how to do this item sorting. Did I look up tips on the wiki? Did I look up how to do various components of it? Absolutely. But I'm learning how to do it. I'm not just copying it. So anyway, under the block we've got a minecart with a hopper which goes into this system here. It goes into a bunch of hopper chains here which sorts multiple items including bones, arrows, and then anything else is just thrown all together. Depending what the item is, it goes a different direction. That gets bones that go over here into this big hopper chain, leaves me room to expand. One of the reasons I love this build so much is because it's not just a build. If we go over to this yonder villager, if you have a name for the villager or the skeleton, let me know. Alright, cartographer. He has a lectern here with a book. A 12-page long book with chapters. Should I read the... Do you want me to read all of them? There's quite a bit here. You know what? I'm just wasting time by not reading it. I'm just gonna read it real quick. And then we'll just get on with it, alright? Y'all will deal with it. Chapter 1. The Standing Corpse. I'm not gonna read it in that accent. Okay, before we get started. Lore is something I've not messed with it much, in Minecraft at least. I do some dungeon mastering for my family. Day 607. I've been in this Forever World community that I helped start called Forever Worlds United. I will link the Discord. If you're not already in it, you should absolutely join it. It is a really cool place where people who create Forever Worlds, people who are content creators on Forever Worlds, and people who just enjoy Forever Worlds in general kind of get together and talk about things. But from there, and from just different videos that I've watched about Forever Worlds, lore has been a huge thing that I've not considered very much. Lore is something that helps make the world feel alive and connected, and also gives you reasons to build more things. Something I've struggled with in Minecraft for a long time is why do anything? Why build? What is the point? Especially single player. Mobs are so easy. There's no challenge. There's no big things to go find, really, apart from little pre-generated builds that you already know everything about, right? Lore gives your world a meaning. This is written by this cartographer man here, and it says, the existence of this skeleton puts into question much of what I've learned during my time in the Archivist's Guild. Guilds are also a feature that I'm working on expanding in the lore of my world. This standing corpse should not be. The majority of its torso has presumably sat here exposed to the elements since before history began being written. Even so, the specimen maintains near-perfect condition, much the same as the previously recorded Homo colossus remains, despite every other instance being found beneath the surface. This discovery adds strong evidence to Threinberg's theory, which states that the colossi are preserved by some sort of arcane energy. Atmospheric music is ready. Let's get back to it. While I myself hold to this theory, particularly due to my current research, the Arcanist's Guild has failed to identify if and how such magic exists. It is thought that Homo colossus lived underground, though the half-buried state of the standing corpse seems to point to bygone ages so far in the past that the ground itself has shifted. This discovery causes me to wonder if Homo colossus may have walked under the sun, and if we walk through the overgrown homes of giants. Chapter 2. The Spine. I hired miners to assist in safely and cautiously tunneling deeper to see the rest of the giant. Our efforts were soon paused, however, when we broke into a small room. The room is clearly ancient, though almost certainly younger than the Colossus, judging by the tools required to fashion the room and its technology. While the architecture is interesting, I have yet to study it thoroughly, as my attention has been on the skeletons unceasingly dropping from the spine of the Colossus, which appears to have been hollowed out. A redstone mechanism catches the skeletons dropping from the spine and either burns them with magma or allows them to safely fall and be slain by hands to collect their essence. Below the drop room is an assortment of chests, which we found to be filled with bones, arrows, bows, and armor from a multitude of slain skeletons. The Commerce Guild will have their hands full, and I will be rich, though that has little effect on my research. My mind whirls with possibilities. Currently, my leading theory is that in the relatively recent past, compared to the age of the giant, that is, an unknown group found the Colossus and somehow created a skeleton spawner within it, using it to collect vast amounts of archery gear and bones. What happened to this group and why we found no tunnels leading to the collection site is not known. I do question whether this unidentified group could possibly have the power, be it technological or arcane, to create a spawner, a power unheard of in the present age. Could the creation of the spawners be tied to the colossi in some way? Is that super overdramatic? Yes. I love it. With that book, with writing that book, not only have I given the skeleton guy purpose, but I've sparked so many different ideas in my head of what to do with this world. Ranging from, who is this guy? Has he studied other things? To, what about these colossi creatures? Are there more of them spread throughout the world? What happened to them? What do we know about them? Spawners? How do those exist? How are those there? How do we create spawners? Who was this civilization that built this room beneath our feet? Why was there no tunnel leading there? Why did they have to carve it out and discover it by themselves? There's so many questions to answer, and there's so many things that I can do with this lore. And I've really enjoyed starting to get into some of that. Oh, there's one more thing, and then we'll get adventuring. I am a terrible pet owner. Everything I touch dies. So I built a graveyard. This is our grave site. This is where I was gonna say where my dead friends live. That doesn't make any sense. Here we have the graves. So here's Barry. And here's Barry. Slain by portal, slain by tree. Go watch my last video. We've got Dave. I don't remember how he died. Irish Clockwork, if you're in here, or if you ever listen to this, maybe you know how he died. I don't know. Stefan, my favorite horse ever, he was killed by a skeleton. There's some more. I've got a Strider that died. That might mostly be it for right now. There will be more, I'm sure. That's why I have some extra graves over there, but those are mainly the things that I've done since last episode. What I've got over here is a very much work in progress map of my world, zoomed out as far as it could possibly be. What I hold in my hand right now is a section I call Arbidon, and that is where my base is. I want to do other maps where I'm more zoomed in, but this is to give me a general outline of the whole world, because I don't have a world map, I don't have a mini-map, I don't use the seed finder online. So what I'd like to do today, this song is way too upbeat. What I'm wanting to do today is head south. I want to work on filling out this world while we're exploring for resources. Like I said, in order to get that mushroom over yonder completely filled out, I need a lot of hoppers. I forgot horses can swim now. Oh, this is so great. This is so great. Look at his little toes. Look at him go. Oh my gosh. Haley's texting me about pizza. Hold on, this takes priority. Yeah, I've been thinking lately, especially in terms of this series, I used to play on raiding servers quite a bit, whether that's like an anarchy server, whether that's servers like Loca, if you've heard of that, kingdom building. There are some minor raiding elements in Loca as well. But when I would go explore a world like this, when I'd go on an adventure, so to speak, it'd be for the purpose of finding a base or getting in somewhere I wasn't supposed to be and stealing a bunch of stuff. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. I love playing thieves in like RPGs and things too. It's just, oh, it's so much fun. I just enjoy it. Does that make me a bad person? I don't know. Doing something like this, just going out in the middle of nowhere, mapping things, that's not something I would do. So for me, I thought there was very little point in adventure and questing and going around the world, because it's just an infinite, meaningless world, right? What I've found with this series is that it's given a point back to adventure. This will be episode 19, and I've not enchanted my gear. I don't have these big giant mega builds. I don't have an elytra. I don't have all these things. Rhintastic! Good to see you, man. How's it going? I've not streamed in a long time. That's my warning to you. If anything is wrong with this stream or you're not thoroughly entertained, that's my excuse, okay? You remember that. Right now we are adventuring. I was in the middle of a monologue and now I don't remember where I'm at. Whoa! Oh, that's so surreal to see the zombie horse finally in game. I don't actually know how to deal with that. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh no. I should probably switch this out for a shield. Oh, my shield's about to break too. Okay, we'll let him take some fire damage. Luckily, because his steed's in water and not him. Oh my gosh. I really want to tame it. Spear zombie early game nightmare. Yeah, I bet. I'm probably gonna have to leave him. No, because he's not name tagged. I'm gonna have to leave Leapfrog here. I'm gonna leave him here. Here are the coordinates. Someone wanna write that down for me? And then, or I can look back at the stream. It doesn't matter. And I need to take this guy's stuff. Yeah, this is so. They've had this horse in the game for so long, but not in the game. He's been in the code of the game. 600 days ago, a lot of people would already have, you know, full diamond gear. It would already be pretty enchanted. They might even have an elytra if they're real special. I haven't done any of that. Instead, I've been doing adventure. I've been wandering around the world. I've been having my own little fun. I've been doing these little side quests here and there. And I've been rediscovering the love of this game through that. And through not looking at tutorials and the rules that I've set for myself. But these adventures, these quests that I set, are just enjoying a world for the purpose of having fun, rather than, and making my own story, rather than finding the next, you know, raid. Just enjoying the game. Building and learning, figuring things out myself has just been a blast. I think everybody wishes they started sooner. Yeah. That's true, but a lot of people don't play worlds like this. The Forever World formula, I know it's very popular, but I don't know how many people actually have a world they would consider a forever world. I think a lot of people are interested in the idea of one, but sticking with this world, I mean, sticking with any game in general for a long period of time, consistently, I don't think that's super common. There he is! I haven't seen him without armor for so long. Look at this! Oh, I'm glad we came out this direction, because now I'll know where to go if I ever need ice, snow, goats, all things cold. Look at this. Yeah. Oh. There. You can see my tower off in the distance on the right. It's kind of hard to see now. Watched a video recently. I don't remember who made it, but it was a video about beds in Minecraft and how they have significantly changed the way that the game is played. If you think back to when it was much more of a survival game with creative opportunities and lots of ways to build or defend your home or do things with redstone. Very, very creative survival game, but a survival game. And now there are things that we've lost. We've regained them in other ways. We've got things like trial chambers. We've got things like bastions. We've got, you know, some harder, more unique mobs that didn't exist back then. But at the same time, we have beds. If we want to avoid basically all mobs at any time, we can do that day one, easy. There really isn't even... I mean, if you have the slightest idea what you're doing, there really isn't even a first night experience anymore because you sleep the first night. That is one thing I'll say. One of the biggest things, in my eyes, that has added to the survival element of Minecraft beyond trial chambers and that sort of thing, which are very optional and very rare, is the Caves and Cliffs update. That changed cave generation. Where before mobs aren't really that much of an issue in caves, now they are everywhere. And the big caves have the best opportunity or the best chance of giving you some good resources because there's so many exposed blocks. But man, those things are swarming. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's not their focus anymore. The survival elements. Which is, I think is a shame because I really enjoy the survival elements of it. But that's not really the type of game that Minecraft is trying to be anymore. Which is fine. And they're still adding some survival things, which is nice. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. I'm not gonna be able to tell you guys apart. I need gold armor for my zombie. Our map is making some good progress. We've got the warmer biomes up here, and then we've got some colder biomes down there. Which is lovely. We're getting a few more types of blocks that we'll be able to use. Minecraft is inherently pointless. And that's the point. One of the reasons I can spend over 600 in-game days across 2.5 years in this world with no sign of stopping is because of the stories and histories I create, both written and unwritten. I play on this world because I enjoy the process of crafting and building my own stories. If you're struggling to rekindle your interest for this game, try focusing less on the efficiency and more on the lore, history, and storytelling your world can be the vehicle for.